From someone who's used Edgewonk first to using Tradezilla next, I decided, hey, why not I just build my own? And like not one of those like Notion templated guides, but like one that was actually built through code. And that's what I've been doing for the last 4 months now. I have officially built my own trading journal, and this video today is going to be me kind of showcasing it off and kind of the ideas and what I was thinking in each little part of the journal. So let's go ahead and get into it. First, let's start with the dashboard. The dashboard, I feel like it should just be like a really quick overview of, I don't know, your stats, kind of tell you what's kind of going on. As you can see, I am in drawdown a little bit. A lot, okay, all right, you got me, a lot. But I feel like the dashboard, when I was creating this, I just feel like there was a few key, like certain metrics that mattered to me the most. And I need to just kind of focus on these metrics because like, if I'm looking to improve my strategy and my edge, because I'm trying to become a profitable trader as well, if I'm looking to improve my edge, the goal should be to like look at a few key stats that move the most weight, like that is the best stats to look at. So like for me, I understand like average win-loss, expectancy, trade win percentage, day win percentage, and like profit factor score are like the biggest ones, right? P&L really didn't matter in my opinion, but my favorite ones to look at was average win-loss and expectancy, because this tells me a lot about my style. Like right now, expectancy tells me that if I keep going with the trading style that I have, every trade I take, I'm throwing $27 down the drain. So I need to fix something, right? It's a really good indicator knowing when you need to fix something. And then average win-loss ratio, you're looking at this combined with your trade win percentage. You know, okay, cool, I'm very far from break even. I might need to hold my winners a lot longer, because if my average winning trade is $161 and I'm targeting $200 per trade, I'm closing my trades early, right? And then you look at the loss side, I'm closing my trades too late because I'm at 144 and my maximum risk is 200, right? So this is where like the dashboard, I just needed to have like a very quick overview. Another thing that I add, like I seen Tradezilla, they had like a bunch of accounts, but they only limit you, like if you have started plan, they limit you to like 10 accounts or something like that. I just thought, why not just have as many accounts as possible? Is there any restriction on like my overhead costs to have that? Maybe not, or maybe it is. Or as this trading journal scales, I'll figure out more and what I need to change and whatnot. But for now, it's unlimited accounts. So you can have all of your funded accounts lined up and in separate trades showing separate things, and then you can have them selected all to review them all, like here. So you can see your overall picture. So on all accounts overall, yes, I'm still negative, but I'm okay. I'm not too negative, you know? But that's an example of that. So now this is a dashboard, and then as far as calendar, it's another feature that I really like. You're able to click on the days and then see what trades you are, and then when you click on the trade, it takes you exactly to that trade log, which is going to get me into my next section. Hi everyone, Future Omar here. Sorry to interrupt you, but I need your help. See, my goal is to make this platform not one of, but the best online futures trading journal. And in order to do that, I need your help, and specifically your feedback. So what I've chosen to do is to open the platform up to 100 beta tests. What this means is you'll be able to gain access to the platform for free for the first month. The catch is you'll have to use the platform daily. I would appreciate if you can report any bugs and also any features that you would like added to the platform. Let's help make this platform something for the community. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to refinement.com. You're gonna create an account. And once you get to this paywall screen here, you're gonna go to Pro Plan, or Start Pro Plan. And then you're gonna type in the code here. Code is beta test 25. Once you hit click apply, and it gives you the first month off free completely. Then you fill out all this information, and bam, just like that, you'll have access to the platform. Now where you would go is just right here. This is where you're gonna go to submit bugs, any feature requests. Just go right here, click on it, and then depending on whatever it is, like for example, if it's bugs or errors, you will go here. If it is feature requests, you'll go here. You'll just type in whatever you want as a feature or whatever bug, but please make sure to describe in detail what's going on. Thank you for watching, and let's continue with the video. The trades. So right now, I think the most important things is, of course, the trade log. When it comes to logging trades, it's nice, but it's just an area to have your trades. The most important things, I believe, is in the tags, but let's go a little bit more about how you get your trade data in here in the first place. So right now, there's 4 main platforms that I see future traders mainly using, including myself: Quantower, TradeAvate, NinjaTrader, and TopStepX. So these are the platforms where you'll be able to import your CSV or export your CSV data or your trade data into a CSV file and then import it into your trading platform. These are the 4 profiles that I have now. Of course, I'm working on getting a lot more, like Sierra charts and all of that, and even working to get broker sync with TradeAvate. But for now, that's what I kind of got. As far as here, it's gonna have all your trades pretty standard, but then the biggest thing here is the trade itself. When you dive into a trade, you're able to write notes as if you want, and document it for what type of notes you wanna write. If you wanna write an execution, you can write it as execution. It depends on you, honestly. But the biggest thing that I was focusing on was tags, because I believe if I can tag everything in my trade and I can build up my tags, I can start to know what works and what doesn't, what decision has higher impact than others, right? For example, I recently learned from tagging my trades that like a D-type current profile 15 minutes into the open is gonna cause mean reversion. Like, you should be looking for it to revert right back to where point of control is on that current session, because there is no commitment of movement in any direction at all. So I just kind of added these tags here so I can kind of get a better understanding. And then later on, once you have a bunch of data and you have a bunch of these data tagged, you can really get into the nitty gritty of like figuring out what's working and what's not. But I feel like tags are the most important thing, because you need to be able to tag decisions. You need to be able to tag certain market conditions. And I wanted to give the user the ability to create any type of tag you want. Hell, you can create emotional tags, whatever, it doesn't matter. Create whatever tag that you want, giving you full creativity to kind of categorize your trade and document every part of it. For example, we have market conditions right now. We even have plays in here, but I feel like the tags are the most important thing. So now, of course, journal section. So journal is pretty standard, just has everything that you need. You will write your notes and whatnot, pre-market markups, has your daily performance. Like today, negative $534, but it'll have everything that you need. Simple. I'm really, in building this platform, I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. I don't care about adding all of these crazy features that does not help me build edge. Just like that. I don't need to know what time of day I journaled. Forget that. I don't need to see my consistency streak. I don't need to see any of that. I just need a journal to store my thoughts and my notes. And I'm also working on integrating the screenshots. That's the next thing in there. But what you'll see is you'll see AI generated notes. That's probably the best part of this. Next part is the reports, right? So this is where the tags really come into play. Of course, you gotta, every trading platform has to have an equity curve. I feel like if you don't have an equity curve, can you really say you're a trading platform? I don't know, maybe that's just me. But you have your equity curve, but here's just a nice little snapshot of performance statistics. All you really need to know, nothing crazy. So now this is where it becomes really fun, because now you can compare your tags and you can see what's working and what's not. So I have 2 plays. Let's say the first play I have is the stat orb, and then the second play I have is the opening drive. So now each tag is graded, or is at least supposed to be graded. There we go. Each tag is graded, so you can see the grade of the tags. Now how the grade works is a scoring between win rate, expected value, and risk to reward ratio. It'll show you right here how each tag is going into, but each tag is graded. So now let's say, for example, I had 2 plays, right? I have stat orbs and opening drives, and I want to know which one's better. So as you can see, stat orb has a positive expected value of 33, and opening drive has a expected value of negative 66. Of course, it's going to show Group A wins all of these, right? So now let's say the Group A, right? Let's say if we want to compare it to when VIX is at over 26. So if you don't have any trades that's logged with VIX and stat orb, it's not going to show any. But if you look at VIX itself, you'll see, okay, cool, it's negative 34. Expectancy, if I add it to my stat orb, it isn't going to be helpful because my stat orb is already negative 33. It's going to bring us down to 0. Now let's say, what if I only trade my stat orb when the VIX is at 19 to 22? You see that your expected value goes up a lot more. This was the biggest thing that I wanted to add in a platform, because I understand how helpful tagging actions is, and you're able to see what actions have positive expected value over others, what market conditions have positive expected value over others. These are like the key things that, like, okay, cool, you take a look at these things and you can kind of start to like develop your own style based off of what you've tagged. One of the biggest things about this trading platform is it's going to require your effort. This isn't one of those that you just pull data and it gives you everything. No, you're gonna have to put some effort in here, but that's how you make the most progress. But by far, this is my favorite part, right? The stat box is the one thing that I spend the most time on. So the next thing is the time box. So the time box is just telling you the exact same thing the stat box is telling you, but this time it's only telling you time, your best performance during a certain window. So 9 a.m., right? You can see, okay, cool, we're not so hot, but 10 a.m. trades are ticking after 10 a.m. We're pretty good, right? And then you can see your monthly performance, your weekly performance, your daily performance, see what days you do good, right? So on Thursdays and Tuesdays, I trade better than Fridays and Wednesdays, right? And then of course you can see your performance via symbol. So let's run through an example. If I exit, how was my performance today? It's gonna analyze the data, it's gonna go through your journals, it's gonna go through your tags, it's gonna go through whatever data was imported in today. So it'll take a little minute because it's going through all of the data, but once it does, it'll let you know. So today, let me break down your trading performance for today. It verifies you got the correct date. Today, total trades today was 7. We had 2 winning trades, 5 losing trades. We had a win rate of 28% today, and we had a total P&L of $534. Some trade details: you exclusively took a MNQ trade today. That was all on the short side. So I'll make little insights as well, like you traded MNQ today, all on the short side. Most trades was quick, lasting around 15 to 45 seconds, right? Tell you your largest loss, and tell you your best trade, and majority of your trades resulted in small to moderate losses. I noticed you had a detailed pre-market journal analyzing market conditions, volatility, and economic news. And then here, I noticed you had a detailed pre-market journal entry analyzing pre-market conditions, volatility, economic news, which showed good preparation. However, the actual trading results suggest challenges in execution. Would you like to dive deeper in that aspect of your trading performance today? This mode specifically is just to help you make insights. One of the biggest things that I noticed I've been doing for the last few months that's helped me out was I will write out my journal in detail, right? Trades that I took on a day, whatnot, like lessons I learned or everything like that. I'll write out everything that I'm thinking. And once I get done writing out everything I'm thinking, I think I have every base covered, I would go to ChatGPT or I'd go to Claude, whatever one you want to use, and I would paste it in there and I would let it know, yo, challenge some assumptions or insights that I have. And that's what I wanted to be in my platform. I wanted to have that feature accessible. Now, another thing that I think is pretty cool was I added a learning mode. So let me show you how this works. A learning mode is just basically any topic that you want to learn about. You'll type it in here and it will give you a base level foundation of what you need to know in order to not have complete knowledge, but to further your development, to further your research in the topic. So let's say, for example, I want to learn about what gamma exposure is. I have no idea where to start. All I know is the topic gamma exposure. What I'll type is, and I actually did this, what is gamma exposure and what are some topics that I need to know around gamma exposure in order to further my knowledge about it. You'll hit enter. So once you give it this prompt, it's gonna load, it's gonna analyze, and we're gonna see what it does in it. So boom, instantly it starts to give us a little bit of information. So it talks about what gamma exposure is, critical concept in options trading that measures the rate and change of option delta for every $1 move in an underlying asset's price. You want to think of it as acceleration of an option's price sensitivity. Now I'll show and go over some key things like delta, right, and its relationships. Delta measures how much an option's price changes relative to the underlying asset. Gamma shows how quickly delta changes. High gamma means options price is more sensitive to market movements, right? And it starts to give you things to start looking into. So like, what is the relationship between delta and gamma, right? What is the volatility implications, right? It gives you a little bit of key points but it tells you more topics, gives you a little bit more ideas so you can further your research. I always believe that just like taking off your information from an LLM or anything like that is probably the worst thing you can do. You should use it as something to help you build a blueprint and then take the initiative to go and do your own further research. In non-professional terms, stop being lazy. But as you can see, it will talk about a whole bunch of things and topics that you may want to know when it comes to Gamma, and you can just kind of look through it and then also start with basic option concepts, study advanced option pricing models, learn technical analysis related to options, and then start with small positions to understand real world Gamma. So it talks about a lot of things here, but it just helps you give you a blueprint. Now this is version 1. My idea for version 2 is going to be a lot more detailed and in-depth, but for now version 1 gets the job done and what most of us really just need. And that's it. That's all it is so far. I'm really happy with what I have built so far. I just wanted to share it. I built this platform solely for futures traders. Nobody else, just us futures traders. I don't want to focus on Forex. I don't want to focus on stocks. I don't want to focus on crypto. Just futures. I wanted to build a platform that not only I can help build, but the community can help build. They can give ideas of how or what should be implemented into Refinement. It was so easy for me to choose the name of this trading journal because Refinement just simply means removing errors and mistakes from you as a person or you as a trader. Development in yourself. But I want to continue making this platform grow and get bigger as well too. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for taking a look at my product. If you want to take a deeper look, link is in the description below, and I appreciate you for watching this video. And until next time, because I am planning to start a series where I use this platform to develop as a trader, and today was episode 1, because as you see, I absolutely suck right now. And hopefully this platform can help me improve. Until next video, guys, peace and love.